I want to take a moment to open up my heart to you in a way I never have before. This isn't just another message, another collection of words strung together to fill space. It's something deeper, something that has been resting in the corners of my soul for as long as I can remember. I've carried this truth with me, sometimes in silence, sometimes in whispers, but I've never spoken it aloud the way I am now. There has always been a part of me that hesitated, that feared what might happen if I let someone see this side of me. But today, I am letting go of that hesitation. I am choosing to trust you with something that has shaped me, something that has influenced my every decision when it comes to love and relationships. I have always been afraid of marrying the wrong person. This fear has been more than just a passing thought. It has lived with me, followed me, and shaped the way I see the future. I have seen too many relationships fall apart, too many people trapped in situations that bring them pain instead of joy, and I have promised myself that I would never allow that to happen to me. But that promise has come with a cost. It has made me cautious, hesitant, and sometimes even afraid to fully embrace love. Because deep down, I have always wondered, what if I choose wrong? What if I find myself in a life that doesn't feel like my own, bound to someone who doesn't truly understand me? The thought of that has haunted me in ways I can't even fully explain. I've watched people I care about enter marriages full of hope, only to see that hope dissolve into something unrecognizable. I have seen how love, when given to the wrong person, can turn into resentment. I have seen how two people, despite their best intentions, can slowly drift apart, caught in an endless cycle of misunderstanding and frustration. I have seen the exhaustion in their eyes, the quiet sadness of feeling unseen, unheard, and unloved. And I have told myself over and over again that I would do everything in my power to avoid that kind of fate. For a long time, this fear kept me from allowing myself to get too close to anyone. I was always looking for signs, for proof that I wasn't making a mistake. I second guessed every feeling, questioned every connection, because I thought that if I was careful enough, I could protect myself from heartbreak. I built walls, convincing myself that I was being wise, that it was better to be cautious than to regret. But the truth is, I was just scared. Scared of opening my heart, only to realize too late that I had given it to the wrong person. I wanted love, but I wanted the right kind of love. The kind that didn't make me feel like I had to fight to be understood. The kind that didn't require me to sacrifice parts of myself just to keep the peace. I wanted a love that felt like home, that felt safe, that felt like it was bringing me closer to the person I was meant to be, not pulling me away from it. But for so long, I wondered if that kind of love even existed. If it was possible to find someone who could be both my partner and my peace. And then you came into my life, and suddenly, everything felt different. With you, there was no second guessing, no constant questioning of whether I was making a mistake. With you, I didn't feel the need to guard my heart so tightly, because for the first time, I felt like it was safe to let someone in. You didn't just tell me that love could be different, you showed me. In the way you look at me, in the way you listen, in the way you make me feel like my fears are not burdens, but something you are willing to carry with me. You have a way of making me feel seen, truly seen, in a way I have never experienced before. With you, love doesn't feel like a risk. It feels like a choice I am willing to make every single day without hesitation. You make me believe that love isn't meant to be something we suffer through, something we endure. It's meant to be something that lifts us up, something that strengthens us. With you, I don't feel like I have to constantly be on edge, waiting for the moment when everything falls apart. Instead, I feel like I can exhale, like I can finally rest in the certainty that I have found something real. It's not just about love, it's about trust. Trust in you, trust in us, Trust in the idea that love can be both passionate and peaceful at the same time. For so long, I thought love had to be complicated to be real, that it had to be full of struggles and sacrifices to be meaningful. But you have shown me that love can be simple, that it can be kind, that it can be the one thing in this world that feels like a safe place rather than something I have to constantly work to protect. I used to think that finding the right person was about eliminating all fear, about being completely certain of every step. But now I realize that it's not about the absence of fear. It's about choosing to trust despite the fear. It's about looking at someone and knowing that even though the future is uncertain, you would rather face every unknown with them than live a life without them. And that is exactly how I feel about you. With you, my fears no longer feel as heavy. They don't hold the same power over me that they once did. Because for the first time, I see a future that doesn't feel like something to be afraid of. I see a future that feels bright, hopeful, and full of possibilities. I see a love that isn't just about passion or romance, but about deep, unwavering companionship. I see a life that is built not on fear, but on faith, faith in each other, faith in what we are building together. I want you to know that this is not something I take lightly. Opening up like this, sharing these fears with you, is not something I would do if I didn't truly believe in what we have. This is my way of telling you that I trust you, that I believe in us, that I see something in you that makes me want to let go of every hesitation I've ever had. This is my way of choosing you completely with every part of me. There are still moments when the fear creeps in, when the old doubts try to find their way back into my mind. But every time that happens, I remind myself of what I feel when I am with you. The way my heart settles, the way my soul feels at ease. And that is how I know that this is different, that you are different, that what we have is not just another fleeting moment, but something worth holding onto, something worth fighting for. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this. I want to face it with you. I want to walk this journey with you, hand in hand, knowing that no matter what comes our way, we will face it together. I want to love you with everything in me, without fear, without hesitation. I want to build a life with you that feels like home, that feels like peace, that feels like the kind of love I have always dreamed of, but never truly believed I could have. So here I am, giving you my heart, my fears, my hopes, and my trust. Here I am, choosing to believe in love, not as something to be afraid of, but as something to be embraced. Here I am, letting go of the doubts that have held me back for so long, and stepping into something new, something beautiful, something that feels like it was always meant to be. Thank you for being the one who changed everything. Thank you for showing me that love doesn't have to be something to fear, but something to cherish. Thank you for being my safe place, my home, my heart. Thank you for being you.